A Nazi officer stepped into the sea. The water was minus 30 degrees. He wanted to test how long a person could survive in it, but after only 30 seconds, the extreme cold forced him back to land. Then, he pushed a prisoner of war into the water. The prisoner's face immediately turned pale, and his body began to tremble uncontrollably. The officer was convinced that in such a cold sea, no one could possibly swim to safety. However, 2 days earlier, a Norwegian soldier had managed to escape. His tracks were found along the shore. The police concluded that he had frozen to death in the sea, but the truth was very different. The soldier's name was Fester. He not only managed to cross the frozen sea, but also reached a village on the opposite bank. There, he received help from the villagers. The next day, German troops entered the village looking for him. They saw Fester skiing. In a panic, he fell. An officer noticed him. He picked up his fallen hat and returned it to him. Fester seized the moment and fled. But soon, the officer realized something was wrong and ordered a plane to pursue him. Fester managed to avoid being shot, but the noise of the plane triggered an avalanche. The avalanche slowed him down and completely buried him under the snow. The German pilots thought he was dead, so they left the area. When all was quiet again, Fester opened his eyes beneath the snow and miraculously survived. Despite severe frostbite all over his body, he continued to crawl as hard as he could towards Sweden. At one point, he slipped and fell into a river, freezing his feet. But Fester refused to give up. Driven by a fierce determination to survive, he eventually made his way to a farmhouse. He took some food and ate it greedily, but soon lost consciousness again. When he awoke, he was in the attic, hidden by kind villagers. Unfortunately, the Germans returned. They began a new search. Fester immediately covered himself with straw. When the Germans entered the barn, he remained completely still, hiding under the straw. When he saw the officer's hat, he was so nervous he could barely breathe. However, thanks to his clever hiding, the officer did not find him. The family had to move him quickly. Taking advantage of the darkness, they put Fester on a small boat. They will send him to Sweden.